Okay.
Proverbs 31. That would be the last one, Proverbs. 28 and 29. Her children rise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many daughters have done well, but you excel them all. That was the New King James Version. Now we're going to listen to the NIV version. Similar to what it is. Her children arise and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Mothers, think about it. Mothers are often unsung heroes. They do a lot of things. They nurture, they teach, they do the praying, they sacrifice. They're sacrificing behind the scenes. Proverbs 31 is trying to tell us or speak of the women who lives with wisdom, strength, and godly character. In verses 28 and 29, it highlights something important, the response of her family. They don't just admire her silently, they speak it, they bless her, and they praise her. So what does it mean for children to call her blessed? What's it mean for you to call your mother blessed?
When you look at back and realize how much she raised you, all the stuff she had to go through, all the trials and tribulations in the context of raising a son or a daughter.
Amen.
And pounding things in, even if we're stubborn.
Gotcha. Amen. Good points, all of them, Cole. God bless you. What about you guys? Anybody else? Mothers. Don't tell me you can't talk about your mother. What made your mother so blessed? Why do you call her blessed?
Well, my mom was a single mom with 5 kids, so I'm blessed that she, made sure we were all taken care of. I helped out as much as I could, even though I was a teenager. But I'm blessed to have her, and she's my mom and dad because I'm my dad. So.
Gotcha. Anybody else?
My mom was a stay-at-home mom after she started having kids. I was the oldest. And she sewed most of our clothes, which I hated when I was growing up because I wanted ready-made clothes, but I had a lot of nicer clothes than I would have buy them. But she had a big garden, she canned, she never learned to drive. She tried 2 or 3 times, but she panicked every time she get around the wheel.
Well, she let Robert Earl ride with her. You yelled at her.
I don't think he ever.
Is that the clutch brake thing?
No, we had an automatic transmission. I already had my driver's license when I tried it. Daddy's not a good teacher. He just isn't. He took me for my first drive when I got my permit, and we drove on a dirt road out near Custer. And as we came back to Hensley, when I pulled up at the stop sign and stopped, he sucked in all the air out of the car and said, "Dad, blame it, Susie, don't do that again." And I said, "What?" And he said, "Just don't do it again." I have no idea what it was. That was how he talked. So he let me teach Becky. "Dad, blame it!" Yeah, blame the confounded luck. But she just, I didn't appreciate how much she did for us, nearly as much as I should have, because I just took it for granted. My mom was the stay-at-home mom. We had a huge garden. She canned. She cooked all the meals. supper was on the table as soon as Daddy hit the driveway. As soon as he pulled in that truck in his driveway, supper had to be ready for him to walk in, wash his hands, and sit down. And it was every time.
Oh, that woman had, her incision came open. Her stomach was literally open. And she made sure that we had supper cooked for Daddy so that he could eat before he took her to the hospital.
Her she had surgery and incision came open. She was the third oldest of 10 children. And they grew up in a 3-bedroom house. Girls slept in one bedroom, boys slept in the other, and Grandma and Papa had the other one. Of course, they weren't all there at the same time, because there was years difference between their ages, but and they were literally dirt poor. I don't know how they survived, but she was a wonderful person, and she was, I never truly appreciated her until I grew up and saw what she actually had been doing the whole time. You know, she was mama.
Amen.
If somebody needed a prom dress and slip, and they had loaned their slip out to her friend, the day of the prom, Mama would sew up, maybe.
As you're walking out the door.
Walking out the door, she sewed up another slip, so Becky would have a slip over her prom dress, because she forgot and gave the other one to her friend, and then she didn't have one with her.
But, and most children, and I think as soon as they're born, you feel blessed, or most people do. And mothers, and some fathers probably feel the same way, but mothers especially feel blessed when they hold that baby. I was told after I had my daughter, I have never seen anybody such a fool over a baby in my life. You know everybody has babies, Becky. They're not that special.
Even better with grandbabies.
Well, oh yeah, they are. But, and if we look around, every day can be a blessing.
Amen. Okay, now I will say this. I loved listening to everything that you all said, but I'm going to ask the question again. All right, now listen to the question. What does it mean for children to call her blessed? What made her blessed? Having children. What else? Huh?
I don't think we can say our father. I don't know that she was blessed with it.
Daddy wasn't much of a hands-on. I should need to spank.
You're sitting there, you're chewing on your good, brother. Stay down.
The children must realize that there are two parents, not just one. The mother has her job, I'll call it that, but it's much more than that. The children must realize that they are loved by two, not just one, in a household that is what it should be. We have those that are not what they should be. That's not good.
Well, but sometimes it's not. It's just certain circumstances that I've known. Certainly, we were raised by a single mom or a single dad because of the death of a family member, or one or the other.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about one of them being no good and still in the picture. But anyway, it means a lot for the mom to know that she is loved by the children. And some of them are not.
I like that. Okay, I'm going to ask you this, guys. How many of you sit around and watch people? Raise your hand. If you sit around and you're people.
We all do.
Alan's professional.
Yeah, Alan is a professional.
Okay, do you watch these teenagers nowadays? Ooh. How do they treat their mothers?
Not good.
No.
Depends if it's the son or the daughter.
No.
No, I can beg a differ because mom has 6 kids. And there's only one that lives with her because she's still in high school. And then you have me. All the others refuse to talk to my mom.
And it just,
And there's boys and girls. So,
I think we tend to take our mothers more for granted than we do our fathers a lot. Because
They're always there.
in my generation,
I think
because
the word
Very
that
few.
is disgraceful.
Okay? Yeah.
very few moms of my friends worked outside the home. And my mama didn't work after I was born. She didn't work anymore. But
She didn't work a public
she didn't get
job.
paid for a job. Yeah, she worked. But, I think we just kind of took that for granted. Mom, we got home from school, Mom was there. And our first thing was take off your school clothes, put on your everyday clothes, and let's get ready for Dad, because we come home for supper soon. And so that's what we did.
Go pick the tomatoes, go pick the cucumbers.
What you got?
I think the word for how kids treat their parents should be disgraceful. 'Cause
Okay, that's a good word. Why?
But it's the parents' fault for letting them get by with it.
not necessarily, because I love my mother to death, but my actions towards her when I was younger were totally disgraceful. It's not until I had kids myself
Did you
that
appreciate it?
I realized and had a better understanding and appreciation for her.
You gonna get
But they're totally they're underloved for everything that they do. It doesn't
Take
matter.
it for granted.
I don't even think they're just taking it for granted. They're just there. They have so much unconditional love, and they literally put everything on their shoulders and carry the whole weight of the world, and never could even come close to getting the appreciation. Even if you are the most grateful child in the world, it's still never enough for what a mother goes through.
Well, our mother made the statement one time, if your mama don't love you,
no,
All right, my question is, what was the word?
Disgraceful.
Would you say, what about disrespect?
100%.
Do you see a lot of disrespect in today's teens?
The problem is now that I've got kids of my own and I see that disrespect in these teens, it's so hard not to step up and say something. But
if you do it out of love, I agree, but if you do it out of anger and hate or trying to stop something, but if you do it in a loving way, yeah, I understand.
I haven't seen that to be in a loving way very often.
Then that's when she's correct. You
well,
know?
discipline is a part of love as much as hugs and kisses.
Well, discipline is needed, yes.
Also stop me all the time and say, that's not your kid, don't worry about it. And I'm over here ready to just go bring that kid by his neck and say, come on, check out your parents.
You're foaming at the mouth.
Okay, so where did it go wrong?
Because I'd be damned if my kid's gonna act like that to their mom. When
I would say-
that disrespect her.
Hold up, let me move. I can say this side of the family over, this side of the church over here. We're not, and it wasn't just the mothers. It was everybody around did exactly what you're saying. My mother did not go to church. My aunt sat behind me in the back of my head if I talk back to her again.
And your mom told me that.
And yes, but we was raised, you know how you always hear it takes a village? We was raised by villages.
Yeah.
True?
Yeah.
Huh? I mean, and we, now I'm going to blame them, and I'm going to separate from them and from over here, because I can tell you, you guys, we felt like our generation felt like we could do it on our own. We could do it without the village. We don't need the village. So we're successful. So we're not. Because when you had the village, you didn't have that disrespect to the mother. You didn't have that disrespect to the father. You are 100% correct. There was more mothers at home. But still, it was the village that helped. And what did the village do? Also to help them, as they lived under what I preach about all the time. They lived under this, nothing was open on Sundays. They didn't have that problem. So that's why they went to church. My mother lost my father when I was 4 years old.
Mom said, come on, we like school.
My dad died. I was 4. My sister's 10 years older than me, so she was 14. And my other sister is 3 years. She was 7. So she had a 14, a 7, and a 4-year-old. All this was dumped on her. She didn't go to church because she felt like God, punished her. Didn't see the big picture at that time. And at the point, it sometimes wanted to take her own life, which she didn't because of us 3 children. Because she knew what would have happened to us. We would have ended up in the States, and what would have happened to us then, we don't know. There's probably many times that we were threatened to get taken away from her to start with. It was hard. At those times, you know what her job was? Her job, she was a waitress. You know how much she got paid? $3.75 an hour.
And that was a good wage then.
So this is what and tips. But there wasn't many tips. The town we were in was small. So that's where she started.
And probably poor on top of that.
I was probably dirt poor, but didn't know it. It was hidden well. It didn't bother me to be poor. Everybody remembers their tennis shoes. They run around here in Nike tennis shoes that we got 2 pair for $3 in Converses. And they're paying $85.
No, we didn't get Converses. We got McGo Reward.
But anyway, when I went out there, you know how people wear sandals, they wear Crocs, they wear all this? Well, I don't wear shoes. Did you wear shoes when you was a kid?
Summertime or fall or early fall.
Summertime coming along, there was no shoes on it. I could walk on glass.
So if I go in snow on the ground, we didn't have shoes on.
Right, I didn't need shoes. Didn't need them. And didn't have them. Probably some of the toughest feet there ever was. And now I can't walk on a rock.
Oh, Raylan does it, and she's like, where did you get that from?
No. She does it all the time, and she got it from me. I got in trouble because I got ringworm, and my mom's like, that's because you keep walking on the grass. No, she
Yeah.
Okay, ringworm, we didn't know what it was. Didn't care.
I
We just
didn't know
scratched it.
Yeah.
Greg has garden hose and.
Okay, but back to, they were mothers. They were home, they were there, they were caring. They were the first one you came to when you were cut. They were the first one you came to when you got dumped by your boyfriend. They were the first one you came to when anything happened. Your mother was everything.
Even though you didn't show the appreciation, the love was still there.
Yes, amen, amen.
You could be the most disrespectful little kid, but as soon as you needed mom,
She was
she's
there.
there.
And I'm going to blame our generation that's gone. I'm not saying it's those 4 that I'm pointing at right now is what it did. But our generation, do you all agree or disagree?
Yeah, because in our generation, the women worked more, and very few.
And it ruined it.
Outside.
It's ruined it for you all. Because now we're trying to get back
Because they grew
to
up
where we were,
to take care of them.
and it's hard. Especially in the society that we have today. But it doesn't matter that it's hard. It should be hard. And we just got to find a way to do it. But you know who's going to be there for us? The mothers. Now, this is the one I really loved. What do you think of the husbands praise her publicly? What do you think about that? The husband praises her. How many times have you seen that nowadays? I'm going to tell you right now, I'm guilty. You know what I tell my wife? You're not my mother. Wrong as can be. She's a mother. She's earned that love. She's earned that respect. She's earned that husband to just, and I do, I brag about her all the time. God bless her. I mean, look at her. You don't have to really brag about her. When she walks in a room, watch those children come to her. I mean, the first word, it's not, hey, Brother Bob, good to see you. Where's Miss Shane?
Yeah. That was Raylan yesterday.
When you showed up yesterday, my mom said,
Opens the door, where's Miss Shane at?
It does not bother me one bit to brag about that. I love that she has that, and she has that ability. She is not the only one. Do you know how many out there are not mothers that have the same ability? And we need to show that same love to them. Because you don't have children doesn't mean you're not a mother of your own. Because everybody is God's child. And we need to treat them like that. Mother's Day is coming up, is the reason we're doing it. And it's Mother's Day is this weekend. This Sunday.
I totally didn't. I really didn't.
You knew that.
But
So I messed up one year and I stopped at Walmart. Well, she likes wreaths and she was into, the decorative wreaths. And so I'm walking down and they've got all this Mother's Day stuff right there in the front little section. Well, me being me, not thinking, I said, oh, I really like that wreath. She'll like that too. So I grab it, check it out, go home, surprised her with it. And she said, excuse me?
No, the worst on there was, are you planning on me dying sometime soon?
No, it's a
She
memorial.
had a few more choice words after that, but yeah, I can't live it down to this day.
We walked into Walmart and I was just like, oh,
So-
thanks, look.
The one that I did was here, all the ones that say, and I think it said like for mom or something like that on it. And I didn't think nothing of it. I wasn't.
It stayed in my flower bed for a whole year.
I put it out in the flower bed because I was like, I was proud of it. I did something. And I made a memory that's lasting forever.
so, what does this say about the importance of appreciation in families? When you talk about the fathers bragging about that, do we as fathers appreciate what they do?
No,
I loved how you put it.
nowhere near
You
that.
didn't really appreciate your mother until you got older and you seen what she did. Do we as fathers appreciate her?
Nowhere near that.
And I don't disagree. But how might we honor our mothers?
Oh, I get in trouble when I try to do it too much because
Well,
she
but
don't want the attention.
How might, well, they are humble.
Don't get her Memorial Day wreath. Start with that.
They are very humble.
You got the-
You're welcome.
But,
So when everybody gets you, Father's Day flowers, you're welcome.
I've been happy with it. I wouldn't know that.
they're as humble as possibly can be. And they are important.
Mom, and without a mother, there can't be more children. And without children, there can't be a mother.
And what you said earlier, when you see teenagers disrespect their parents, I do it in the school system when they're on the phone and they're disrespecting them. I correct them. And I let them know that that's the only mother you have. It's the only mother you're ever going to have. And one day you're going to be without her. And the only fond memory you're going to have is the day you chewed her out on the phone because she wouldn't bring in a shirt for you. Or the day you chewed her out on the phone because you forgot your cell phone at home. I've seen it too many times. I've seen it. And that's not honoring your mothers. That's not praising your mothers. And that's not taught because of our generation. This is something that they're learning, and they're learning from that world out there.
Well, it was like a friend of mine, something happened, and the kids called their mother, maybe it was Sheila. And she was a home health nurse, so she's out in the county. And she finally gets word from the office, because they know where she's at. This is before cell phone days. Mama, I'm sick, come get me. Well, honey, I can't. I'm so-so. Call your dad. Well, he's at work.
But that's a good point, but it's like I told you, you're always they go to their mother no matter what.
Yep.
First.
When
Yes.
school calls or junior calls home, he's calling me. And then I have to call dad and be like, you're right around the corner, can you go drop off this in Hayward? Things like that. And it's just like, they know his phone number, but they won't call him. They call me.
Okay, but think about it, okay? Who's the first ones to go? The mothers. Who's the first ones? Okay, when a dad came home, when a dad comes home, what's he do? Leave me alone, I'm tired.
Sits
leave me
down,
alone.
reads the paper, smokes a cigar.
All right, the mother,
You got a camera in my house?
the mothers work just as hard as the fathers, but when they come home, what do? They make supper. They ensure that the kids get a bath. They make sure the kids are prepared to go to school the next day. They do all of this, and then they sit there. Is that not worth praising?
I mean, there's little things that we can do to let them know that that's worthy of praise. And like, when we sit down for dinner, we always try to sit down as a family to eat. Sometimes, it's fend for yourself tonight, but 9 times out of 10, when she makes dinner and we all sit down to eat, she's the last one to come sit down with her plate because she makes sure everybody else has theirs and sit down ready to eat first. And I'll tell the kids, look, we ain't gonna say grace and we ain't gonna touch this food until your mom gets over here. Because they're just chomping at the bit to get to that food.
Amen.
But she deserves that respect, even just that little bit. And I don't know how much she appreciates it, but we try to do the little things that we can to appreciate them more. And I feel like it's never ever going to be enough.
We have no kids in the house now. And my wife, she makes dinner still. Okay? And when she does make it, she puts the dishes in and she tries to sit down and eat with me. I've gotten to the point now where I get up and I do the dishes. I feel if she makes the dinner, I can do the dishes. And it's that small thing that it makes her glow because I did the dishes. Well, she did her part. Why shouldn't I do my part? And
Pay attention.
I mean, it's not, I mean, think about it. It's not, I love what you said, that you wait till she comes. But do you get up and do the dishes because she made the dinner? I mean,
I'm in charge of putting leftovers away.
okay, but what I'm saying is, it doesn't hurt us to do it. It's not a pride thing. It's just a spoiled thing. We've watched them do it so long. And we just need to. I mean, I just started doing it. Now, she's been doing this for years. I mean, when we had kids in the house, she was doing it. I was still sitting there. I just kicked back like the kids. I shouldn't have been.
But you get told how wrong you're doing it when you try to do it.
No, I
I mean, that's not the way it goes in the
You're not supposed
dishwasher.
to load it that way. This goes here. Why would you put a fork over there?
I tell you this much. Just tell them to go sit down. If you tell them to go sit down, then it doesn't matter. They don't sit.
And what they don't know won't hurt.
But what I'm saying is, they'll appreciate it. They'll start. They may come behind you and watch them again, but they're going to appreciate it. They will. And it's just those small things that help. And those small things. It's that praise. That honoring that mother for that small things. And you know who needs to learn it the most? Junior.
I tried to tell him to come over here.
Junior kids at that age are the ones that need to learn. You want to teach a kid. You want to teach a kid a new language. You want to teach him Spanish or German.
Right now.
Do it now because he's going to remember and he's going to be able to do it. When they get older, they don't understand it. They can't make themselves learn it or want to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
Teach them now to do dishes for them. You know, I watched my mother-in-law for years. Now, my wife doesn't do it for me, and I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But I watched my mother-in-law. She took his plate and put it down in front of him. He didn't get his food. And that was just not too long ago. She put his plate down in front of him every Sunday. Every Sunday we ate over there. She got his plate for him.
Speaking about not understanding, there's something I don't understand, because I get in trouble from other people.
She's right beside you.
When I try to compliment my
With
wife.
an arm's length.
Huh? You get in trouble for what?
I try to compliment my wife, I get in trouble.
Well, not from me.
No.
And she's the only one that counts, Alan. Let's get
Give me an
that
example.
straight right now.
Give me an example.
Well, somebody asked me one day if I had any physical problems. I said, I've got a bunch of them. Well, what ain't one? Well, I've got diabetes. I blame my wife because she's so sweet.
Alan, I can understand. I can understand. Let me help you. All right. Now, baby, if you would have blamed her cooking, that would have been a little different, because it would have contributed to it.
Now, maybe I can remember that, but I doubt it.
But she is sweet. She is sweet. She's with you all the way. She is, you know, and those are the things that, you know.
You're trying to bail me out.
We as men are horrible when it comes to, we're sick.
Oh, we're done right off.
Yes, we are. A man is horrible when he's sick, and the wife does everything she can to coddle to him, to do it. But you think about when they're sick, what do? Get up and fix dinner.
Well, we get up, we give them some medicine, we say, I hope you feel better, or I gotta go to work.
We don't. They don't get that. As a mother, they don't get that.
And we as guys, we think we've done something good when we go get them some medicine. Or we got them some water or a bowl of soup or something.
So,
if we do something.
So if we leave here today out of these scriptures that we just went over, you as husbands, what are you going to do? You're not going to say you got diabetes because she's too sweet. You need to honor. What are you going to do for mom when you go home? Say, Mom, sit down. I'll make dinner tonight. It's not going to hurt you to do it. You're how old? How old are you?
32.
Okay, but at 32 you can cook. Can you cook?
Yeah.
Well, then cook. It ain't gonna hurt. You know what it's gonna do?
Oi!
He's hanging his head already.
All right, can you cook?
Can I?
Yes. And don't say grill. Can you cook?
Probably.
Probably.
Then do it.
Well, okay, so here's the thing is, if I cook on the grill outside, the kids will eat it. If I cook in the house, the kids won't touch it. And she can attest to it. It's not that I'm a bad
They
cook.
basically did it the same way, because if they see him do it, they won't touch it.
It's not that I'm a bad cook, because I can cook all kinds of different things in the house. I just don't because I know the kids ain't gonna touch it. And it's not that it's.
Okay, next time you do it, let the kids help you.
I tried that too.
Well,
And I'm
if
not.
they don't eat it, then it's their own fault.
Yeah, let him go.
All
I
right?
would tell you,
But if I go out there on the grill.
Huh?
Phil does the majority of cooking at home.
Philip?
He's a good cook.
Then blame Philip for your diabetes.
Hey, Alan, if you'll remember, Brian had a heart attack in his 40s, and then a few years later, Joe had a heart attack in his 50s. They blamed it both on me, because I was right there with them.
All right. Well, guys, I would just tell you, we do not honor mothers as enough as we should.
No, we're not.
Mothers are workers just as we are. We need to start honoring them more. We need, because they, as you will find out Sunday, what does God do for us? He comforts us every day, doesn't he? What does a mother do down here for children? She comforts them every day.
Unconditional.
Every day. And there are bad. I am not saying that every mother out there is perfect, because they're not all perfect. There are mothers out there that don't do these things that I'm saying.
Well, they don't stop and think about the struggles that they go through either.
But what I'm saying is, there's reasons that they're not that comforting. There's reason, and it's normally the world that is causing it. It's normally,
When you say the word again, husband?
I mean, the things in the world. I mean, the drugs, the alcohol, those that pull them away from what they need to be doing as a mother. And we just need to pray for them too.